Are you thinking about moving to Raleigh, North Carolina? If so, you are in the right place. Today, we're going to cover 5 pros and 5 cons of living in Raleigh, North Carolina. So make sure to stay tuned if that's what you're coming to hear. I am Rebecca Ellis with Keller Williams Preferred Realty and Living in C Real Estate in Raleigh, North Carolina. And today we're going to cover 5 pros and 5 cons of living in Raleigh. So number 1 pro is Raleigh is a beautiful city. It is actually known as the City of Oaks. In downtown Raleigh, there is a beautiful art sculpture with it's an oak tree, and it's got shimmering leaves that actually kind of flutter in the wind. It's a beautiful kind of just piece of art in downtown Raleigh. And Raleigh is also very green, so that's one thing I kind of take for granted. We have so many trees in Raleigh, pine trees and oak trees and all kinds of trees in Raleigh. And then we also have several smaller lakes. So there's like Lake Johnson, Shelley Lake, Lake Lynn. We also have Falls Lake in North Raleigh, and then Jordan Lake, which is kind of west of Raleigh, but within driving distance. So there's plenty of natural beauty to explore in Raleigh. So number 2 is endless activities. There are so many things going on in Raleigh. For one, we are about 2 hours from the beach in the coast of North Carolina, and then also about a little over 2 hours to the mountains. So it's like a great day trip. You can just hop in the car and take a little road trip and explore the other areas of the state. But also Raleigh has so much to offer here right in Raleigh. We have over 100 miles of greenway trails, which is amazing. You can go ride a bike, go for a run. We have Umstead, which is a North Carolina state park, which has trails and a little lake there. We also have sports teams. We have the Carolina Hurricanes as our NHL hockey team. We have, just tons of sports, recreational kind of sports that you can just join and play kickball or softball or basketball, things like that as well. Of course, we have a ton of art and museums. We have an art museum downtown, Natural History Museum. There's just so many things to explore downtown. Also, just so many amazing parks, like dog parks, things like that. So many things to do. Also, college basketball. We have, we're right near Duke, UNC, and, Wake Forest and NC State are all right here. So basketball is our thing. Something else is food and beer. So we have had so much of an influx of new restaurants and breweries. We have wine bars. We have Brewery Bavana is an amazing restaurant downtown Raleigh. Was ranked one of the top places in the world. We just have so many cool restaurants, whatever you want, like sushi, Italian, good steak. You have Angus Bar and Sullivan's, Mexican, Mediterranean, anything you could think of, we got it. And then beer, we have, usually pre-COVID, we have, a ton of breweries around that people sit outside, Linwood Brewing, so many, I can't even name them all, but there's a ton of breweries. And, we had downtown Raleigh, we had a thing called Brewgaloo. So North Carolina breweries from all over would come, and they shut off Fayetteville Street, and it was 100 of breweries, and you had tickets and you could sample different beer from all over the state, which was really cool. Another benefit, number 4 of the Raleigh is the cost of living. Just overall, cost of living here is relatively low still, even though it's a very hot city to move to. Over 28% lower than New York, according to Numbeo. So there's definitely you don't want to be house poor. You want to be able to live and then also have a life outside of just paying rent. So Raleigh's a great city for that as well. Number 5, economy. We have such a strong economy here. Our unemployment rate is super low. We have Research Triangle Park just up the road from us, which is a lot of tech companies, startup companies, a ton of them there. We also have, we're very healthcare oriented. We have Wake Med is a huge hospital system. We have Duke, which is one of the world-class health systems. And then we have Rex, which is part of the UNC Chapel Hill healthcare system. So we have huge, amazing options for healthcare that's right here in our backyard, which is a lot of reason why a lot of people move here. We have a lot of nurses, a lot of doctors, just, in such a close distance, which is amazing. Also schools, like we have NC State University here, Meredith College, also like Duke, again, Duke's right up the road from us. We have, let's see, NC State has a vet school. We just have a lot of good school systems around here as well, which also supports our economy here. Also, like as far as just big companies that are here, employers, there is SAS, which is analytic systems software. We have Cisco Systems, you've probably heard of them. We have Pfizer, we have Lenovo, we have Cree, we have Red Hat, we have Epic Games. We just have so many big companies here, and I think just in general the cost of living and everything else that this area has to offer has brought in a lot of big businesses attracted to our area for their headquarters. So now we're going to talk about some cons. Like anything, there's always some yin and yang, some cons to living in Raleigh as well. Number 1 of those is humidity. In the summer months, it is very hot and humid. Hopefully there's a breeze, but in the summer months, you're probably gonna be sweating a little bit, glistening, but it is a little hot and does get humid here in the summer, like July, August especially. So AC is an essential item. Also, prices have gone up. It's definitely still cheaper than California and New York and New Jersey and some other places. Like the cost of living is still relatively low. Our taxes are lower than a lot of those places, but prices have gone up over time. We have so many people moving here, so it's just, increased prices over time. Also traffic. Raleigh, we do have 440 and 540, which are big interstates here, and typically they do, around 5 o'clock get a little busy, people going to and from work, normal rush hour traffic. But I would say overall, like I don't usually sit in traffic more than like 20 minutes maybe. Like it's not like an insane like LA or anything like that. But it can get a little busy sometimes. Also, number 4, there's not a lot of public transportation here. We do have a pretty good bus system, but Raleigh is pretty spread out. And so usually you're gonna need a car to get places. There are some neighborhoods that are pretty walkable, Cameron Village, North Hills. There's downtown, of course. There's definitely some areas that are walkable, but mostly you're gonna need a car to get around. I think I heard that like Raleigh in size is the same size as Boston, but we are way less people than Boston, but we are very spread out. Also, number 5 is housing is, very competitive right now. We have a lot of people moving here and there's not a ton of houses for sale. So we are facing, an inventory shortage of houses, which is, again, driving home prices up, making definitely more competitive situation for home buyers in our area. But with that being said, low interest rates, are still historically low. So even if you can just get the house and you're going to save money, over the life of the mortgage on the low interest rate you're getting in. So with that being said, Raleigh is an amazing place to live. Just a few accolades that I pulled up about Raleigh is basically Raleigh was second in 2019 for top 100 places to live. And that's by livability.com. In 2020, it was ranked number 3rd best city for millennials to relocate to, and by Commercial Cafe. We have a lot of young professionals here. Also in 2020, it was also ranked one of the best top 10 cities to work from home in, which, you know, with COVID, that's especially important. You know, I don't know what the factors were they, you know, included, but it was I think it was number 8 for top city to work from home. And that was by smartassets.com. 2018, it was number 2 and the top 10 big cities to live in right now. So, and those were just a few that I pulled out. There's so many more accolades and great things you could say about Raleigh. I've been here like 7 years now and I love it. It's just such a good place. It's a good, people are friendly. You pretty much have everything you need. And again, it's just like a good place to like live and raise a family, and just have a good quality of life, which at the end of the day, that's what matters, right? So anyway, I hope this video was helpful. I hope you actually subscribe, and because we're going to be bringing you a lot of more content like this. And I hope if there's anything I ever can do for you, please let me know. Please let me know your favorite thing about Raleigh. Like, comment in the comments what your favorite thing about Raleigh is, and I will talk to y'all soon.